Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and I got some gameplay of the EM2 assault rifle, which just recently came out for Black Ops Cold War in Season 5, and of course this gun is available to use in Warzone as well. And to get this gun unlocked in the Battle Pass, you have to have reached Tier 15, and if you did not complete the Season 5 Battle Pass, then you'll have to wait till after the season's over to complete an in-game challenge to unlock the gun yourself. But this gun is pretty viable, you guys. It is very good. Of course, every time we get ourselves a new DLC gun in Call of Duty, they always purposely make it really powerful, especially in Warzone, so that way people are actually, first of all, coming back to play their game, and second of all, buying the bundle in the shop, so that way they can get access to this gun right away instead of having to go through all those tiers to unlock the gun themselves. Or they could just, of course, buy tiers and just get the gun right away too. But either way, Activision is making a lot of money putting these DLC guns in Call of Duty because they're making them powerful. But either way, the description of this gun reads: full auto assault rifle, well-rounded British rifle with good firing control, built-in low zoom optic improves accuracy, slower fire rate with reliable range. And yes, this gun does have a built-in scope on the gun itself, and I like it. I mean, this optic that we see here with the default optic, it's really not that bad at all. Like, honestly, I don't see any reason changing it out with an attachment that you unlock with the gun itself. Just keep the default scope. It's so nice to use, and I just feel like I'm just picking people off just using the default one than rather using one that I put on myself. But either way, it does have pretty decent range. I believe the range is around 38.1 meters. By default, you can boost that up past 70 if you really wanted to, although I guess it's not necessarily a benefit to having longer ranges because you're not really going to be going after people at those long ranges unless you're, I guess, completing camo challenges. But I enjoy using this gun, you guys. It is so satisfying getting kills, just having that slow fire rate and just sticking on target, having all those hits, having all those shots hit enemies, just feels really good for some reason. And yeah, this is a slow firing weapon, and it also doesn't kick very much either, so your accuracy is always going to be pretty much on point most of the time, assuming that you're an experienced Call of Duty player. But yeah, I recommend using it. It is definitely good right now at the launch of the season. We'll have to wait and see if they nerf it in the future, because it's very possible that they'll like maybe reduce the damage a little bit on it, which I kind of hope they don't, because if they reduce the damage enough to where there's an extra shot to kill an enemy, then it's not going to be a very good gun. So I'm not entirely sure what they could do to reduce it. Maybe the fire rate they could reduce. I don't know. Either way, it's a good gun right now, so I highly recommend using it. Remember, you have to unlock it at Tier 15 during the Season 5 Battle Pass of Black Ops Cold War. But, of course, we were talking about Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer. How does it handle in Warzone? Well, yeah, it's pretty good in Warzone. I'm going to be honest with you. It can kill enemies really fast, assuming that you're hitting them up on the upper torso and chest area, and of course in the head. Yeah, you're just going to be melting enemies using this thing. Of course, you have to remember it is a slow fire rate weapon, so it's not very beneficial to use something like this at close range when playing Warzone, but at those medium to longer distances, it'll be really nice to weaken enemies, and of course have your teammates help finish them off or just help you get the kill in general. But yeah, this gun is good in either multiplayer for Black Ops Cold War or in Warzone. And yeah, there's really not much else to say about it, to be completely honest with you. I just thought I'd talk about it a little bit here in Warzone for a second. I don't play Warzone too much. I am more of a multiplayer person, so of course Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer is my main focus. But that's really all I wanted to talk about with this gun. I do want to talk about the map Echelon for a second, because I haven't covered it here on my channel. Echelon is a pretty standard 3-lane map. It's very obvious that the very control center room, whatever it's called, that is like the spot to hang out in. And you know, everybody is trying to fight for that spot in the middle of the map of Echelon and try and take control of basically the game. You know, if you can control the control center in the middle of the map, you're going to have control of the whole map, because you're able to know which side enemies are going to be spawning and able to pick them off really easily. Yeah, it's kind of a joke if I'm being completely honest with you. And of course, there's that one spot on Echelon that you see everybody camp their asses up there and try and snipe people off. It's a pretty good position if I'm being completely honest with you. So yeah, you could really use any gun on Echelon. Doesn't matter if you're sniping, using an LMG, like machine gun, going close range with shotguns. Doesn't matter how you play. Echelon is the map to do it on, and you can play any kind of a playstyle that you want, and you'll most likely be successful at doing it, which is one of the reasons why I do enjoy playing on this map. Not to mention, this of course is an original map. This is the first time we've ever seen this map before. It's not a remake that we see constantly nowadays for some reason. Don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah, it's an original map, and I'm glad to see we have something new to actually experience here in Black Ops Cold War. Although one thing I will say about this Echelon map is that I don't think it's as good as EM2, because that map, for some reason, I just really love the layout, and I love the fact that on the outskirts it's a lot easier to actually flank around enemy teams and then pick people off from behind, but that's not really the case here in Echelon. In Echelon, you can't really flank around the enemy teams. Maybe you can on one of the sides, assuming that nobody else is actually coming in that direction, but it's pretty hard to do that because a lot of people use the outskirts of Echelon to actually flank enemy players, just because so many people are trying to take control of that control center we see on the map. And so I still enjoy it. I think it's still a pretty good map. It's also very fun to play hardpoint on. I think that's probably the best game mode I've probably played on so far was hardpoint. TDM and Dom are okay, but you know, playing domination, it's really easy to keep an enemy team from leaving their spawn and actually flipping spawns at some point. And so I feel like hardpoint shines really well in Echelon, which I think is a great thing. And so that's really it for today's video, guys. I just really wanted to show off the EM2 assault rifle in Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer and a little bit in Warzone, and of course talk about the new Echelon map because I think it is a great addition to the game. It's always nice to see brand new maps come to the game, not remade ones from Black Ops 2. And of course later in this season we are actually going to be getting remade maps from Black Ops 1, one of them being Zoo and the other one being that drive-in theater maps. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned for the channel when that stuff comes out. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave notifications on so you're notified every time a video goes live. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall catch you guys later.